Hi everyone, this is Natasha and I wanted to share with you respond to some questions that I've gotten regarding eggs, chicken eggs. Now, for many of you who watch not just my crafting or nail videos know that we're backyard farmers. We have 6 hens. We got them last May, so May of 2012, and they have been laying since November 14th of 2012, so just a couple of months, a little more than a couple of months. And in the process of laying, we have gotten brown speckle eggs. Oh my gosh, this one's still warm. I just got it from the coop, and I wash them when I bring them in the house. So you could see there's speckles on the egg. So that's a brown speckle egg that comes from one of the chickens. Here's another more solid brown egg that comes from yet another chicken, and you can see it's a nice size egg. And they did initially lay small eggs, which are called peewees. When a hen is in lay, which is her reaches maturity to ovulate and produce eggs, her wattle and her comb will become brighter in color when the hen is a pullet prior to its maturity. They'll be pale in color and small. Now, I have to admit that some of our chickens don't have very bright combs and wattles, and some are really, they're not as pronounced. But after the first egg, I think the rest of them got jealous, so one chicken laid an egg, one hen laid an egg, and the rest kind of went, we better get on the ball. So first and foremost, the first question is, you do not need a rooster for a chicken to produce an egg. You do need a rooster if you want to have those eggs fertilized. And each egg takes 25 to 26 hours to create. The first 15 minutes, the yolk, that's the only time the yolk can be fertilized, so you essentially need the rooster at the beginning of the process. We do not have a rooster. We have no desire to get a rooster because they crow all day long. Unlike all those cartoons you've seen, they don't just crow in the morning. They have, I don't know how much sense of time they have. I don't know if they're similar to dogs where 8 minutes is like 8 hours to them, but they certainly crow throughout the day. And the reason I know that is because our neighbors across the street had a rooster till he was eaten by a raccoon, possibly one of the raccoons that were caught in our yard recently. But we just have the 6 hens, and we have 2 of 3 different types. We have Buff Orpington, which are the yellow chickens, yellow orangish chickens, and that's omelet and yaitsa, and yaitsa in Russian means eggs. Then we have 2 Americanas, which are the eggs that you see. There are the green and the blue eggs, and I'll explain why I have them separated in a minute. And then we have 2 black stars, one of which has a beautiful black-blue feathers. The Buff Orpington and the black stars both lay brown eggs, but slightly different in shades, like a pinkish one, the brown, and then the speckle one. And the 2 Americanas, which is kind of a crossbreed. Of course, it's not one of my videos if you don't hear a dog. It's a chorus. They lay Easter egg color eggs, which can vary in hues of deep olive green to pale blue, and these are the pale blue. And because we have 2 of those chickens, I know exactly where those blue eggs are coming from. Actually, this one's still warm. I just got this one from yeah, it's warm to the touch. It was just laid. I know that the blue eggs in our coop come from our chicken that's called Nugget, and Nugget has tufts of hair on the sides of her face. And then the other Americana chicken is Nana Janet. She's the naughty one who ran off for 4 days and hid in the garage, and she's the one who lays the green eggs. and I think she was in the process of laying. I was trying to get it on video, but I simply could not, because she was being a little shy. What girl wouldn't, really? Who wants that videotaped? So she lays these green, olive tone green eggs. So the eggs, the egg I mentioned takes 25 to 26 hours to produce. Hens do not ovulate after 3 p.m. So that means that with a 25 to 26 hour egg laying cycle, after 3 p.m. they don't ovulate. So because of that timing, not every chicken will lay an egg every single day. So that means that there'll be a day off or a day of rest for each of the chickens. So although we have 6 chickens, we only occasionally get all 6 producing an egg on the same day. And I check the coop multiple times a day because I don't want to leave them out there in the cool, or I don't know, maybe I'm just a little fanatical. Maybe it's because I do work from home. If I didn't work from home, they would get the visit when, when I was available. So let me just quickly tell you so the first 15 minutes is when ovulation happens. Once that is past that, if you have a rooster, the egg will be unfertilized, even if the rooster has a date. So the hen and the rooster, it won't be fertilized. It gets past that point. And then for the remaining time, the inner and outer shell membranes are created, which takes about 75 minutes. Then the egg remains in the uterus for 20 hours. That's where the shell builds up around the egg. If the egg has pigment, that's when the pigment shows up. For example, these brown, green, and blue eggs. And if you notice, we don't have any white eggs. And another thing that I had been investigating is if we could introduce new chicks into the flock, and it's actually not recommended. And I think we have a perfect amount, so no white eggs for us. And actually, I know the blue eggs kind of look like they're white, but as you could see in comparison with the white paper, they really are blue. So there you go. So now you know an egg takes 25 to 26 hours. Now the reason why I have these eggs separated, our nephew Eli, who is turning 5 on the 16th of January, loves the blue egg. So I thought for his birthday I would give him a dozen of just blue eggs. And each egg has a pointier end, and I always put them with a point side up. I know, it's just my anal retentiveness. I can't help it. So that's why I have the separate one. But ordinarily, we put all the eggs, blue, green, and the brown ones all together. And I rotate the stock. So, like yesterday we had, or day before yesterday, we had 6 eggs. So every single chicken produced an egg in that same 24-hour cycle. So in 2 days, we could fill up an entire dozen carton. And we've been giving eggs away left and right. I give some to my parents, to my sister, oh, there's a little spot. We've given some to friends. If they're going to be producing on a regular basis and we just can't give any more away, I might even set up a little stand at the end of my driveway during warm weather and maybe sell it with some herbs or something. So you never know. So there you go. If you have any other questions about chicken eggs, and if I don't know the answer, I will certainly research it and get back to you. I am by no means an expert. I've only found things through experience, trial and error, and some research that I've done, only because I'm really, really curious when I'm introduced to a new process, and this is definitely a new process. Being a part-time backyard farmer, this is what ends up happening. I had to do a lot of research because I wanted to make sure that we were taking good care of the chickens. So they're happy, they're healthy, they talk to us. There are definitely 2 chickens who love to be held and love to be petted, and it's the black star ones. They're by far the most friendly, very well adjusted. Nana Jana, was the naughty one. She ran off, so I keep an eyeball on her. We've had snow on the ground, so I haven't really been letting them out. On nice days, we definitely let them roam in a controlled area, and I just can't wait for spring now so they can go and find their own little worms, because right now they're getting roasted mealworms as a treat, along with black sunflower seeds, which are high in fat and good for them in this time of year. So as always, if you have any questions for me, or if you would like anything else specifically answered about the chickens, please leave me a comment. If you have chickens or you have chicken experience, I would love to hear or your take or your experience. So you're welcome to post a comment or do a video response. Thanks for watching, everyone.